Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, no matter where you are. I'm Bubba Gatter. Thank you for coming to Invite Sent. Thank you for coming to Invite Sent. This is our 11th episode. We've had a lot of fun with a lot of really cool people. And I'm excited today because I met this gentleman at Vegas, in Vegas at the Esports Business Summit. And we did an interview there. And I just wanted to keep learning about him. And we're gonna also play some Battlefield today because Battlefield's pretty awesome. It's a good a series of games. I haven't really played the multiplayer a lot, but he is going to teach me how to really be better at multiplayer for sure. I'm used to playing Halo and Splitgate and a little bit of Warzone for the past 2 years during COVID with all my friends, but this is definitely something I have to get used to. So I really do think this is gonna be fun. But Mark, I'm excited that you're here. How are you, sir?
Thank you, Bo, for having me. I'm doing splendid right now, trying not to die in game, trying to capture some points. But
Yeah,
overall, outside the game, I'm doing very
yeah,
well.
yeah.
And yeah, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here.
I
I'm
think this.
totally glad you're here. I know we got to talking a little bit in Vegas, and we've been trying to get around to play some games together. And today is the day. Today is the day that we have some fun.
Very
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
Oh yeah, we shall be teaching each other various things
hmm
in gaming outside of the game, and
yeah,
yeah, we'll have fun.
for sure. Well, let's jump into it. I'm showing my screen. I am dead right now, but we are we are going to. Let's see. I'm gonna find you. So, are you the blue dot on my screen?
I'm a
No.
green dot guy. I
Uh,
might be dead as I'm trying to.
where are you going? A, B?
Ah!
Where are you going? A or B?
I tried to melee someone and I died. So I'll spawn on B.
Okay, I'll go to B. There we go.
Or
Okay.
yeah,
All
more
right.
action at B.
Yep. Now I just want to find you so we can be stream part or
I see you.
sniper
You see
partners.
me.
Not stream snipers, obviously. Yeah, I see you now. Oh, shooting at a plane.
Well, should I be stream sniping you? Is that how it is? I mean, we're teammates. It doesn't really
No, we're
matter.
teammates. We're teammates. Yeah, I'll follow you, and I'll try to. I,
I'm trying to kill this
I
horse.
yeah. All right, so Mark, while we're playing, tell me a little bit of history, about who you are. I'd love to know first. I know you're still in the higher education area. Tell me a little bit about that and a little history about you.
Sure, yeah. So my background comes mainly from content creation. I would say a lot of it was watching it in the gaming space, and then I ended up starting to do it. So I watched early days. I used to watch a lot of people like Sark and C Nanners and Gassy Mexican and Germa. So people who play like FPS games, things like that, but who were mainly funny at them, not really great at them. And then I also play a lot of mobile games from the start. So when I was, in middle school and elementary school, I played. And this will make me seem very young. So, like my first console ever, I think was a Game Boy, and then,
Mm,
but mainly I started playing on like iPod Touch. So that was my actual console, I would say,
okay.
and I would use that to play games like Modern Combat, which is kind of like Call of Duty, but for your phone and mobile devices, things like that. So it's
Mm-hmm.
super fun to do that, but I wanted to make use out of it because my parents were like, "Oh, this is not useful at all." So I was like, "All right, well, let's find a way to make use out of it." So what I did was I just started making YouTube videos on it, and
Okay.
that seemed to be pretty good enough. I just kept making them. I had, as we call business, early movers advantage. I was one of the first
Okay.
few to do it, so kind of got lucky there in timing wise. And then continued to do YouTube for a while, and I realized I'm better at talking than playing the games, which is kind of what I'm doing right now. It feels like I'm playing, or it feels like I'm doing a video right now, honestly, because I'm playing
Yeah.
games and talking at the same time. But yeah, do that and just upload. I think for me, entertainment's more interesting than actual being good at the game, and being good at the game is, ancillary depending on what you're trying to accomplish with video gaming. But
Yeah.
so I did that for a while. I started doing commentating for esports, mobile esports specifically, because that's what was on
Mm-hmm.
my YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I just kept on going. I actually really not attended that many events in person. So meeting you at Vegas was really awesome because
Really?
I
Yeah.
don't really go to professional events often. Most of them are online. I grew up in the online era, so so people shaking hands and going out for drinks and having dinner, things like that. That's not. I'm not used to that at all.
Well, you're
Um, I,
you're you're not of age yet either. So.
well, no, I am of age now.
Oh, but then you
But
weren't. right?
Yeah, back in November I was not, but yeah,
That's right.
mainly thing is just like COVID has been tough, and then I'm
Hmm.
very used to online stuff, so
Yeah.
that's been an interesting shift. But yeah, that's kind of where a lot of my history comes from, is just playing video games, and then I use it all on my resume. So I put these things on my resume, and it would really help because they'd be like, oh, well, employers would see that I have some sort of YouTube experience. Like, this is really
Hmm.
cool for marketing because we want to grow YouTube or we want to grow social media, and you know how to build a brand. And
Hmm.
so I think that helped me a lot. And eventually got into the influencer space doing partnerships with PowerSpike. I was with PowerSpike for about 2 years professionally, doing influencer partnerships, esports partnerships. So helping brands kind of fulfill their needs in the gaming space, whether it be through working with a small streamer, working with a huge streamer, or working with an esports team, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
It's fun to run those campaigns and kind of use what I'm learning academically, which is marketing and computer
Hmm.
information systems. A little bit less of that, computer information systems, but using those two kind of majors to actually do something I enjoy, which is within the gaming and esports space.
Yeah.
So did that for a while and had a great time. And 2 weeks ago,
Uh huh.
2 Fridays ago was my
Right.
last day with them. So
Yeah.
I am now no longer with PowerSpike, but I mean, I like the team there. I have a lot of good memories with my colleagues there, and it was a good time. So here I am now, just doing my own thing, making This Week in Esports and Gaming,
Hmm.
which I guess I can talk about them if you want, but
Yeah.
I'll let
Yeah.
you
We'll
ask your
talk about that
question.
for sure. Yeah. Well, I did watch some of your YouTube, old YouTube channel shows and your recordings. They were really good. I enjoyed the instructional videos, for sure, about
Awesome.
certain games. And then yeah, you did some. I had found some other commentating stuff on you, which was really cool, that you've done over the years. And I think that's a really beneficial talent for people in our space to have. And you've got it. So I mean, your resume is great. First of all, your resume is great,
Yeah,
and
appreciate
it's nice to see. There's a lot of really great high school, college age people out there doing what you're doing, and I think it's important. So
yeah,
thanks for jumping in. Um,
absolutely.
Now, yeah, I want to talk a little more about your YouTube channel before we jump into like what you did at Power Spike and your this week in esports and gaming, because I love those. I love what you do weekly. But yeah, give me some history on something crazy experience, the most memorable experience when it comes to your YouTube channel, and how you grew to be over 125K as well.
Yeah, that's a great question. So I've been doing YouTube for quite a while. I think, I mean, there's a couple really memorable experiences. I think for me, some involve like meeting people that I looked up to. So there's a couple YouTube channels I actually looked up to, and I was able to actually make videos with them, and
Hmm.
that's kind of like a really surreal moment. One was called 𝐕𝐳𝐷𝐃 Gamer, and we talk with each other every so often nowadays too. So it's good to kind of have that connection. Another was getting invited to just commentate the first ever esports tournament for the game that I normally played. So they invited me to commentate the group stage.
Which
I
game?
remember I was in high school, Critical Ops.
Ooh.
Um, and I remember I was in high school. I was working at Sears in the summer, the now bankrupt company, and I had to take days off work to commentate it, and I felt it was really awesome to do that. And I was like, this is very fun, and I like doing it. I still commentate, but just not as frequently, but I do.
Uh huh.
So it's more of a fun side hobby thing. Yeah, and I think there's just been a couple videos that I'm very proud of. I think
Yeah.
I try and more so, which is honestly not what a lot of people do. I often do quantity over quality, where
Right.
I just
Yes.
upload
Yeah.
frequently. And maybe not, some videos aren't as good, but there's some videos I put quite a little bit of effort into, and even if they don't perform well, I'm still very proud of them. um and so
Nice.
there's,
Yeah.
there's just a couple of videos.
That's a good
So
attitude to have for sure,
yeah,
because
but
we can definitely get caught up in views and likes.
yeah, so that's kind of my favorite parts of YouTube, and maybe just working with some of the people to make some fun videos. But yeah.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Okay, so yeah, who were some people you looked up to in the YouTube space?
Yeah, there's one called 𝐕𝐳𝐷𝐃 Gamer.
Hmm.
And Nate, he was one of the like big mobile YouTubers that I looked up to, and
Oh,
I
cool.
finally was able to make a video with him. I think during like my
Nice.
sophomore year of high school, and for me, I was like, "Whoa, that's super super awesome!" Because you normally don't get to meet the people you really like to watch. So it was a very fun experience. I got to play
Yeah,
games with him and upload it. And I was like, wow, I'm actually playing with him. So
that is fun.
um,
I
doesn't
can say
happen
the
very
same
often.
about what I'm doing with you right now.
Hey, well, I don't they say don't meet your what is it? Don't meet your heroes or something like that. I don't know.
Oh,
I
don't.
remember that and I was like, I don't care. Who cares? Oh, hey, how's it going?
Hey, here's an ammo pouch, I guess. Oh wait, how do I dance?
I don't know.
I don't know. It says
Ammo
Q, throw an
pouch is
ammo
3.
pouch.
There we
Oh,
go. Oh, Q.
Cool.
I set mine to 3, so I was like,
Mm-hmm.
you do you.
Here we go. Follow me. Ah.
Trying to snipe this
Okay.
guy from
So,
afar.
yeah, I changed to scout now. I want to get up in somebody's face, even though this thing is huge.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty well right now for my
Yeah.
score.
Let's see. Let's see what my score is. I've got 1 kill and 11 deaths. Let's go,
Nice.
Dab.
You gotta start
Let's
somewhere.
see. Where are you at? Oh, you're 3rd place. Yeah, 16 kills. I guess you played this. We'll just say you played this more.
I've played it a little bit, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A small amount.
So, college-wise, tell me a little more about college and high school college route. What was your desire for college and getting what degree you're getting and what year are you as well?
Yeah, so I currently am a 2nd semester senior, so I am basically going to graduate very soon.
Nice.
I go to Arizona State University in good old Tempe, Arizona. A lot of people have thoughts about Arizona State, but I think it's a very good school actually.
Mm-hmm.
Contrary to what a lot of people think, you get a very great education and have a lot of fun here, which I think I've had
Yeah.
a good amount of both. So, um, personally wanted to combine my passion for kind of psychology, and
Okay.
I really like psychology, but I didn't want to do research, so that's why I picked marketing. I feel like it's the most applicable version of psychology. Um,
Hmm.
so I
Yeah.
did that, and then I added a major computer information systems because I just had a great professor, and I like tech, and I
Okay.
think it's good to be well versed in technology. So
Yeah.
that's kind of why I added that major, and have kind of really gone through a lot of my experiences independently of a lot of like clubs that are related to the esports space. So, we have an ASU Esports Association that's really
Yeah.
more for the core esports side of things. Like if you want to compete, I've been a part of the Esports Business Association, which is more so helping people get jobs in esports if they want to.
Well, like on the campus, or you mean the?
Yeah, just in the industry in general. So it's like a lot of hosting meetings that are maybe ASU alum or non-ASU alum who work in specific industries. It's like, oh, you're a graphic design major. What can you do here? Like how do you find jobs in the space, things like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So kind of
Love it.
giving inspiration and having guest speakers a lot. I think that's a big thing for us. And so yeah, that's been my kind of involvement. But other than that, I have had other on-campus involvements that are not esports related.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, just typical clubs, I would say, and doing whatever I enjoy. So yeah,
That's awesome. Well, I just bayonet charged and ran into bullets,
very nice.
and I got 19 hit points left.
I'm
Oh.
getting shot at by a lot of people right now.
Oh, and I got.
Yeah.
I think. Okay, I thought that was a grenade that just landed on me. About to find out. Oh. Oh, shot him in the back. Yes, before I died. Oh, I was right in front of him. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Naked Gun. Like, it's from the 80s,
not.
90s.
Okay.
But, like, it's a really bad police fight scene where they're, like, 10 feet apart and they're looking
They just can't hit
in
each
front of
other.
a barrel. Like, they're peeking out and shooting, and they're missing for about a minute.
Oh,
That's what it was
we go.
just now. Awesome. Okay, so, Mark, let's jump into why your history. You had different jobs like NVIDIA. You worked at Power Spike. What were some other jobs that you've done and that you appreciated out of most of them? And I don't know, what'd you learn from them?
Yeah. So I had a job during um so I had an internship with Shell, the oil and gas company, during my sophomore year of college. It was
Okay.
actually it was a great internship. I really liked the manager. I really liked what I was doing there.
Hmm.
And it was very project based. It wasn't like task based. So at the beginning of the internship, they were like, "This is what you're gonna do," instead of like every week it's something different. It's like, okay, you know, you're going to work on these things over the course of your time here, which I liked. Obviously, there were other tasks, but those are your main things. So
Yeah.
if I had extra time, I could work on other tasks. If I was, you know, needing to get my work done, I would get my work done. And I just had a really great manager. So I think that's one key thing to learn is that half the time when you're interviewing for a company, it's also, you know, you're interviewing them. Like, do you like these people? Are they kind of being rude and mean to you, or are they really nice and you know, open and talking about things and not just work? So I think I learned, I was like, I like to talk to people who aren't just all about work, who, you know, like my boss during my internship at Shell would talk a lot about her kids and
Yeah.
what she was doing on the weekend and things like that, you know, making herself more human rather than just talking about all the projects and things you're working on. And then even the internship itself, I was working on a very cool gaming and esports project that they were like, we don't actually know gaming and esports, but we
Yeah.
know you do. So can you help us with this? So they recognized some of my passion and then my interests and expertise, and they were like, you know, help us essentially. And I was like, that's really flattering, and that's, I think it's good awareness from a company standpoint to understand that they don't really know what they're doing in this space.
Recognize, yeah.
Yeah, and they were trying to get help internally, and so you know, helping, but essentially presenting to like the GM of our kind of our team, and explaining to them like what can be done in this space and how you know, how Shell could have entered in and things like that. I thought it was pretty interesting. And it was really fulfilling because it was real life work, and you know, I think they eventually actually maybe did take some of the recommendations and implement them. So I was like, oh, this was me. Like, I helped put this together, you know. So
Nice.
that was a really good experience. It was, I realized, I was like, well, you know, maybe try something different next summer. So that's kind of what I did in NVIDIA. And then yeah, so I think that was a very impactful one. One that was actually not at all related to gaming or esports. There was this one summer job I had. It was called Fleischer Scholar Mentor, and essentially we worked with first generation students in like the Phoenix, Arizona area, and they were juniors in high school for the most part, and their parents were, you know, low income, and they were first generation, so you know, a lot of them didn't know what school was like. A lot of their parents had never gone to college, things like that, and so it was really just kind of helping them understand what college life is like and what you can, you know, they can actually go to college, and that's, you know, maybe affordable, and what they can learn, and how a class is like, things like that. And so it's really nice to get to know them and be impactful for them. Not all related to gaming or esports, but I was like, this is there's a lot of wholesome jobs out there, and this was one of them, and you really got to impact people one-on-one directly because we had a specific group of people that we worked with. So I really enjoyed that one. It just taught me a lot about being humble and learning about different people's backgrounds. There was a couple of people who were like, my parents don't want me to go to college. And I was like, what? That's interesting. You know, and I was like, yeah, I mean, most people's households I know, you have to go to college. Like, yeah, my parents don't want me to. They think it's a waste of time and things like that, right?
So what are they watching, Gary Vee or something?
Yeah, I was like they yeah, it was just very interesting looking at different
right. Hey, my mom told me school's not for everybody, honey, so luckily I finished, but yeah, I definitely didn't have all the right stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I think that was a really humbling experience, and just to learn about different backgrounds and stuff like that. Yeah.
Welcome. Hello, chat. 𝐭𝐞 𝐒𝐬. Hello, sir. Okay, I love it, man. That's so cool that you have such a wide, expansive history at the age you're at, you know, in your 20s. It's amazing, man. A lot of people can't say that, so I think it's definitely gonna be beneficial for your life and obviously career, but your life for sure. So, all right. So Power Spike, you did other organizations. Now, what spawned the idea for this weekly esports and gaming show, and how did it start? I mean, what's the background? I don't know if you've ever talked about this anywhere else.
Yeah.
So yeah, what's the history behind it? How did it get started? What was the idea?
Yeah. So I've talked to people. I've told this people individually, but maybe not like publicly. So I can talk
right
about
here
it
on
now.
Invite Sent, guys. Invite
Here
Sent.
we go. So essentially, I had a class project sophomore year of college. I had this management course, business management, and so talking about like management and leaders and leadership, things like that, and how to run a good organization. And one of the assignments was to interview 10 managers, which I was like, that's a lot of managers. First of all, I did not know 10 managers at the time. So what I did was I just went on LinkedIn.
Okay.
And I reached out to a bunch of people in the industry I wanted to work at. So I reached out to people who worked in gaming and esports. I had no presence at this point. This was 2019, and I was just barely starting to use LinkedIn. And then I came across a man named Philip Rasmussen, who is right now, I think he's a marketing director at SteelSeries. He used to work for Astralis and Fnatic, so he's very big in esports. He knows his way around the space.
Yeah.
And so he was like, well, have you thought about, I was talking to him and we had a conversation. At the end, he was like, have you thought about doing content on LinkedIn? And that's all he really said. He didn't really say like what to do. He was just like, oh, there's not many people making content on LinkedIn right now. Like maybe you could try it and like see if it works. And so I was like, oh, then maybe that's not a bad idea. Like maybe I could try that out. And so I started This Week in Esports because I was like, I have no credibility. So what can I do? I can cover credible people and what they do.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what my thought was, and like kind of to cover the news, because I was like, there's not really one great place to consolidate all the news, things like that.
Yeah.
So I started doing it, and initially it was a lot of stuff about scores. So I would report on like scores of like, oh, this is what happened in the LCS, and I realized no one on LinkedIn cares about scores. Like, they just don't.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, well, maybe I should just kind of switch this up. So I adapted, and I eventually started doing more business related content on LinkedIn, which obviously is what people really care about.
Yeah.
And so I just kept doing it. I realized it was adding a lot of value to a lot of people, and I think it gave me a lot of introductions and people, and I met a ton of people through it that I would not have met otherwise unless I had done that. So I'm really appreciative for that idea that he kind of gave me, and then I just kind of took it from there and kept going with it. So I'm pretty happy with it, and I still do it to this day. I try and do it every single week. Some weeks, it does take up a lot of time. I've not tracked how long I've put into this, but every single Sunday for the most part. Maybe there's a couple weeks where I don't do it, but I try to every single Sunday. So every Sunday I have to sit down and do this. And some people go to church. I do This Week in Esports. So that's what that's kind of how I view it, and it works for me. But I'm not sure how long I'll want to do it. Maybe it's like this is a one-time thing, and eventually I'll want to stop. But we'll see. It's been very good so far for me, and it helps me keep track of the industry as well. So, yeah.
So behind the scenes, then, what are you doing on Saturday, Sunday to collect all this information? Are you keeping track of things throughout the week? What's maybe, or unless you don't want to give away your, the secret sauce.
I can definitely talk a little bit about it at least. So I actually did try doing I tried doing it during the week, like taking account of news and what cool things were going on and tracking it. I realized you could have a bunch of great stories, and then Friday like 10 new ones come out, and you're like, well, like damn, I have to eliminate some, right? Because it's gonna be too long for people. So I don't even bother. Like I check the news every day, and I'm like, oh, that one's interesting, and I'm like, I know I'm gonna cover this one, like Activision Blizzard, and Microsoft. I'm like, okay, this is too big. No one's not gonna cover this. But there's a lot of ones where I'm like, oh, maybe it doesn't get announced until Saturday or something, which because some countries they do stuff on Saturday. US doesn't really, but other countries might. So I actually, for the most part, look at it either like Sunday or Saturday, Sunday morning or Saturday evening, things like that, and then I kind of go from there doing my research and kind of talking about things and all the graphics and stuff. It's all me. No one else helps me with it, so it takes me a while because I'm not good at everything. Yeah.
It's incredible. Did you at one point have it like in a minute, or was there like a theme where it
was
under a minute or something?
I originally had it on a bunch of different platforms, and then I also realized that no one cared on the other platforms. Like the people on my Twitter were like my YouTube fans, not like my LinkedIn Business Connect network. So I was like, yeah, this is not. No one cares. No one people want to see gameplay. They don't want to see like me talking about business. So I just stopped doing it, and it was less effort. So yeah.
Wow. Okay, so yeah, how much more has it evolved from where it started? And putting on LinkedIn, how much more has it evolved since then? Your
Yeah,
Esports
I
Weekly.
actually don't think it's evolved that much. Like the core concept of it's the same for the most part, and I think that's what makes it so good for me. At least you know,
Mhm.
there's a lot of brands who are constantly evolving things like that, and then I think back to like I don't know, In and Out. It's been like they serve the same burgers and they're still very successful, you know. So
Yeah.
it's like you got to find what works for you. And for me, I was like, this consistency, doing it every single week helps me. Um, so I've kind of just stuck with this similar format, and that's what works. And maybe it's not the best growth driver, but it at least allows me to consistently get the same people coming back for it. And every so often it'll grow into new people. So I kind of think that's how it works for me.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't really treat it like a business. I treat it as a way for me to meet new people and stay up to date with the news. So, yeah.
Sorry, I'm in it right now. I'm in the thick of it. I don't even know where you are, man. I'm just annihilating.
You're on the opposite side of the map.
Oh,
I can
you
see
have
it.
12 kills. I have 4, but I only have 4 deaths finally. I'm doing a lot better.
I have more deaths than you.
Well, you've been in the
But,
thick of it a little more, I think. It honestly took me a minute to realize, oh, I'm shooting the green guys.
The green guys are your teammates. So.
Wait. The blue, the light blue is my teammate.
I
The
believe your
dark,
teammates, but the green is your squad. So they're your closer teammates, like me.
wait, but these
People
guys
in
are
the
shooting
red.
at me.
The red, those are your enemies.
What red? So there's red people out there?
Yeah, are you not seeing the red?
Oh, you know what? I put on colorblind.
Hold on, what?
I put on the colorblind setting. Let's see. So I see blue now and green. Then I see red. Okay. I should have not turned. What was wrong was I had, the game where you couldn't see it in the dark very much, so I just changed a bunch of settings. And
That's tough.
all right, so I see green, blue, and red. So who are the green guys? Wait, where are
Green
the
is
guys?
squad.
Oh, that's
It's
my
basically
squad.
like your team.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I got this. Video games are my thing, I promise. Just not today, it sounds like.
I actually watch videos on how to get better at this game. So
Yes, I mean, kind of like videos you've made, right?
sometimes I usually watch videos more so for entertainment. But yeah,
I got lit up by I got destroyed by a tank just then. What's
I
up,
just
Elijah? How are you, man? Oh yeah, Elijah Williams. He says he's a big fan of all your posts, by the way.
thanks, Elijah. Appreciate it.
Elijah was on the show a couple months ago. We played some Fortnite,
Nice.
and he showed me how to crank 90s with the cool kids.
I've heard that term and I've never done it, and I respect people who can do it. So
I can build a
Elijah-
ramp and a wall, okay, and then hide.
Oh, hey.
Or I can not engage with anybody and make it like top 10
That's kind of how I
in the
would
last
do it.
circle and die. Yeah. Oh, dang it! I saw a green over his head, but that was in the distance.
Yeah, I'm not good at Fortnite. I'm used to games like Battlefield where you get behind cover, not like where you build your own cover.
Yeah, I do like your own cover. I'm sorry, not building cover. I agree. Just not stuff you have to create. It's just there. Now, what I did think was really cool, and I played earlier, I shot a rocket and it made the tree fall over. I thought that was pretty cool for this game. I don't think I've seen something like that.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of interactivity with the environment, which I think is cool. Still.
Yeah.
Oh no, I just got destroyed by a tank again. This tank.
Ooh, I got him. Get him, son. Oh yeah, this is way easier when I have the right colors.
Yeah. Look, you're doing much better now.
Ay, Bubba, come on. So what do you don't have to give any full details, but what do you want to do really when you graduate college here in a little bit? What are some things that you'd like to do?
I'd like to do. Oh, that's tough.
Mhm.
I'd like to road trip across the U.S.
Ooh. Ooh.
That would be something I'd like to do, or take just a vacation somewhere. I know COVID is a thing, but and so that's why I'm like staying in the U.S. would probably be the safest bet because other countries are not really allowing a lot of people. And originally, I wanted to do a Southeast Asia trip.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
And then I was like, well, kind of tough because Asia's in a whole different set of restrictions than the U.S. is right now. U.S. doesn't really have that many. I'm getting destroyed from every angle.
I
What is
gotta
going
change
on
my
here?
bindings. I should change my
Gotta
crouch
snipe now.
binding to
Let's see if this
C.
is better for me. But yeah, so that's kind of the plan. And then professionally, I have yet to reveal it on LinkedIn. A lot of people, I think a good amount of people know actually already,
That's
but
cool.
I just haven't
Yeah.
announced it publicly yet. So I will, once I feel like it's appropriate, I will let people know.
Yeah, I'm glad.
I just got destroyed by the same tank again. What is going on here? This is infuriating.
Throw grenade. What do I got? I got 3.
Proud of you.
There we go.
Bubba's learning, guys.
Oh, I changed my key bindings, and now I use the wrong key binding. Because every other game crouches C, because control's just like way down there. So I changed it to C. Yeah, I mean C is just easier right below D, especially if you want to hold shift with your, to run.
Fair.
I don't know. I mean, that's just how it is in some of the FPS shooter games I play. But I definitely. Oh, he's in the corner. Now seeing these guys as red and not green, I a whole few hours playing this game the past few days, and I should have known better.
Yeah.
Let's see. Elijah says, your post being so informative, how long before you start short form videos, or I guess go
that's
back
a great
to?
question. I would do them if someone helped me do them. I would not do them in my own time because I've considered it. Well, like Bob and I talked about this. I did used to do short form videos. Very condensed. Like here are the top. I mean, I could do like top 3 headlines.
Okay.
Honestly,
right.
that might be a great idea.
Right.
Elijah, give me ideas now.
Yeah, finders fee.
It's just a lot of effort for me. With honestly not too much benefit. Like I think it would get more views and things like that. But I'm not at a point in my life where I'm really seeking tons of views and things like that in my content. So, yeah, because it's not my full-time job, and so I'm like, it's cool and it's fun, but once it stops being fun, then I don't really want to do it. That's kind of how I'm starting to live life more and more so now, because there's we're not here for very long, so why try and make yourself do things that aren't enjoyable for yourself? So I think if it ever like fits, then I think that'd work. I think short form content, most people think of like TikTok and reels and things like that, right? But even just like editing it, I probably have to like record a whole different thing, and then record a whole different thing. Like,
or you have to adapt how you do it.
Right, and then upload it on a different platform, which mind you does take a good amount of time. Like it takes a solid amount of time to upload to different platforms if you're doing it alone. Like social media teams, if you think about it, have like multiple people, and like some people are just doing the creative and copy. Some people are doing the scheduling and uploading. Some people are doing the responses and things like that. Like it's all the same account. It's just different functions of the same account. And so I'm trying to do this all for myself. And I'm like, look, guys, I like social media, but I'm not that like social media, I like playing games still, so I'd rather some weekends still play games. But I definitely consider short form videos. It's just something that I'm like, oh, I still want my Sundays for myself. So at this point in my life, maybe like once I start working full time and I have a routine more so. But
yeah,
I'm at a point in my life right now with being senior year of college. I would like to just have fun and do senior year college things. So, yeah, that answers your question, Elijah.
So, yes, I do like the question. The thought here of, I am definitely not going to tell you how to run a show because it is a very good show, but that is what people are looking for. But you're right. You switched to LinkedIn because this is where people want news, and literally, I don't know how many people use your videos to find out what's going on in the industry rather than surfing through Twitter or looking on Reddit or Discord, because there's a ton of information out there that you put all in one nice little spot. So I think we in the industry do appreciate that. So thank you.
Yeah. And I think the depth of it is also valuable to people, like the fact that it covers a lot of stuff and not just like the big headlines. So like everyone knew Activision Blizzard,
Sure.
and Microsoft.
Yeah, everybody
Activision, that was a
tweeted
thing.
about it. Yeah.
But it's like a lot of the other stories I don't think people knew about, and so for me, I see the risk of a short form content thing being that it doesn't cover as much and really loses the kind of the whole point, the whole selling point of the show, which it covers a lot of, like as much as I can of the esports and gaming space. So
yeah,
we shall see. If I ever find a way to adapt it, then I will do it. And Elijah, I will credit you with the inspiration for that. But yeah.
So what are we doing here? We're trying to get to the 1,000, I guess.
Yeah, it's just 1,000. But I just mainly go for frags. That's more fun that one. I don't really extend the points. You can play the game however you want, which is also why I like it. In Call of Duty, they'll just scream at you if you don't help them get the point. And I'm just like, this is too much practice, guys.
Oh, come on.
I'm not here to ow. I just died. I'm not here to just get destroyed.
Elijah says the commitment is tough, but I do agree. I guess he agrees with the short form. Mark with the wisdom on stay true to oneself. That's right, Elijah. That's right.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of cool things in the world, and I have a good amount of time to experience them. So
that's good.
Right now, my cool thing is chilling back and hanging out with people. And I think it'll be a lot of like, I just need to regain motivation eventually. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. How did I not die? Yeah, I've just been working for a long time and doing the content and stuff for a long time. So I'm like, I need to regain motivation to do new types of things, new types of content. And I think you can regain motivation by not doing what you loved for a while, and then you eventually will love it again. That's kind of how I see it. So, will it work? I don't know.
Good advice.
But
yes,
that's
good
what
insight.
I think.
I think it will. Like I said, you've got a lot of experience already at your age that a lot of people don't get until they're 30 or 40.
We're just kind of.
What is this dude doing? How am I not killing this guy? Oh, he's on my team. So sorry, sir. I'm so sorry.
Oh, I just killed a guy with the shovel. I'm very happy. Oh, dang it.
This game is pretty cool. I like this. Call of Duty has a kind of big battle, and Halo has a big team battle. But this one I feel like is just a lot more realistic. I mean, obviously.
Yeah. I like it too.
Oh shoot, it's like a big train.
High on our team is 58 kills. Absolutely madman.
Yeah, you're right behind him.
He's doing way better than me. Oh, hey. Is that an enemy? What the heck?
Oh, yes. He was one shot, and that was
shovel the guy. I'm very happy when I can melee people. It's so satisfying. There's just so much going on right here.
I just blew myself up with my own rocket launcher thing. That's good. That's good. That's good.
People have killed the shovel now. It's way too many.
I think I've got I like the meat cleaver.
Yeah, it's very satisfying to get some shots off with these guns. People are shooting at me, and I do not like this.
Dang, I jumped right in.
I'm in a tough spot right now.
I'm playing so much like I'm running around in Halo right here. I'm bouncing around, bunny hopping, sliding.
Yeah. Just says Battlefield does a great job of large-scale battles. I think people would beg to differ in this newest Battlefield. 2048 people are.
That one's not what people expected.
No, I was doing so well.
You mean the newest one? People aren't excited about it.
People, it had really interesting reception at launch. I don't think it did very well as far as like revenue goes.
A lot of cool videos, a lot of cool commercials.
Yeah, I mean, their marketing is for it is always good because they have so much to show. But oh my gosh, I just ran into a line of fire. Yeah, but the game itself is super buggy, and you get that with any huge
Oh,
large
really?
scale game, right? So it kind of
Yeah.
makes sense. But
Victorious.
they had difficulties with
You
the
only had 34
execution, I
kills,
believe.
man. Come on.
Gotta pick it up.
I had 11. All right. Feel like a
Yeah.
hero. Like a hero. Yeah, the 20. I think I downloaded the demo. What was it? The beta or whatever it was, or the free weekend or something. But I didn't even play it. The what is it? 2042, 2048. What is it? 20. Let's see. It was 2048, 2042. What is the
2042. The
2042?
game.
Yeah, I downloaded it, but I didn't play. I didn't play it like the demo run or beta version or whatever it was. Wasn't there something like that? You think?
I think that there's a free trial.
Yeah, that's what
like a
it
free
was.
weekend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, one more. We're done here. Let's one of these large scale
Yeah.
battles.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, you got to carry the team. I mean, that's why we won. So you talked about kind of your future. Where do you see yourself in 10 years from now?
I wish I could tell you. Hopefully, being happy with my life and job. No, in all seriousness, I'm not sure. I don't. What I say now might not be true then. And the one thing I've heard a lot is,
Mhm.
my job didn't exist 5 years ago. Like with a lot of social media
Yeah.
and marketing, jobs,
Right.
it's like, okay, this is constantly evolving. Yeah, I'll bet you there's going to be some NFT minter. That's going to be a huge job in the next 1 year. And it's like that wasn't a job last year. So I don't know. Ideally, if of me knowing myself right now, I would like to work with creators and talent and kind of help them build out their stuff and kind of serve as agents, advisors, things like that. Where they are doing really cool stuff and I can help them maybe make it happen or do brand deals, things like that. But we'll see where it takes me. I'm not 100% sure. So yeah, I think somewhere though in the esports and in the gaming space, probably in marketing too. So that's kind of how I envision it happening.
Yeah. I like that. A NFT minter. I've got 2 minted NFTs that I guess more than that, but they're I do graphic design, but it's definitely not anything amazing. But I do want to get more into it. Oh shoot, he just capped me in the face. It's funny, one of my NFTs is a kind of gated community, and it's esports is behind the gate, and then a bunch of people are trying to get in because esports has a big gatekeeping community. There's a lot of gatekeepers in our industry, and so it's just a play on that of you don't fit in. I mean, I used to be very much a don't use a dash, don't use a lowercase e, and I preached a ton about how to use it correctly, how to write it correctly.
Wow.
But I heard John Davidson from he had said, we tend to, in the industry, we look past people who don't write it correctly sometimes, but we shouldn't. We should be a little more accepting and grace-filled. So I took that to heart because I wasn't. I was like, oh my gosh, why is this person messaging me? They're using a dash.
You're right. Yeah, I think those things are very small in the grand scheme of things. So it's like, okay, like you wrote the name wrong, whatever. Correct people. You don't need to be mad at them. But to each their own. People have different reactions. So
right, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see some fun questions here. What was your go-to game growing up? Like middle school, high school, younger?
Probably Modern Combat, the game that I was always talking about. That or CSGO. I really like CSGO. I just like the way it's formatted. I like the fact that the game doesn't change too much. So like I could leave and 2 years later come back and it's pretty much the same game. There's a lot of games where it's like, oh, this game is completely different after 2 years, which for a really dedicated player makes sense.
Yeah.
But for me, I was like, yeah, there's some weeks I just can't play any video games. and then I want to come back and not have it be like a completely new update. Like I think Riot Games does a really good job of keeping their really active community engaged, but like that's also probably why I don't play too many Riot Games, because they just constantly change it all the time.
Yeah,
I just can't keep up with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I like to play other games too from time to time. So it's like, so CS:GO is a big one for me. I love watching it. It's my favorite esport to watch of all esports. I will always, if there's like a big CS:GO tournament like Blast going on, I will always watch it. Like I spent this morning watching Liquid Navi, or not Liquid Navi. That was last week. Someone else. I forgot who it was. It was another team. 2 other teams playing. But yeah, so like I enjoy watching CS:GO and I like playing it. So that was my go-to game as a kid. What about you?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Well, I played a ton of World of Warcraft.
Okay. Yeah.
Throughout high school and college.
Nice.
But before that, my dad worked at Radio Shack when I was a kid. So we had a lot of Sierra games, Tandy games. Things like Police Quest and King's Quest, or some very old school 80s, 90s stuff. That was my go-to. But I think I played a ton of Sega Genesis when I was growing up. And I got my kids a Nintendo Switch this holiday season. And you got the old Sega emulator on there, so I had some fun playing on my own. And 64 as well. GoldenEye, Mario. I have a lot. I'm never really like this is my one game kind of guy. I'm very much a variety gamer.
Yeah, I respect that. I wish I could do more of that, but I always eventually just go back to the same games. So,
well, I fall back into World of Warcraft, every 6 months, and I haven't like in a few years. But, well, until they did the what was it 2020? They did the classic revitalization,
WoW Classic. Yeah, people really like that.
So that was when you were younger. Now we're playing Battlefield. You like Battlefield. You've talked about it. But what's a go-to? Like if you sat down this weekend, you're like, I'm gonna play a game. What would you pick up first?
Oh, I would probably. COD Mobile's been fun. So still back to my roots of mobile gaming. I like COD Mobile. Critical Ops has been obviously up there because I commentate the game, so it's good to know the game. Battlefield still, like I really like Battlefield. And CS:GO maybe not so much as anymore because it's so competitive, and I'm not necessarily great with competitive. But those shooter games. I've been recently playing It Takes Two with my buddy.
Oh, I would love to play those.
Yeah, it's super fun.
Yeah.
Honestly, we could have maybe played a little bit of that.
Oh yeah, we'll do that some
co-op
time.
game, but it is. I think I only play with my buddy because I'm like hey, we decided we'll play this together, and so I'm like if he's not available, I don't play it. It's kind of the dynamic I have with it. So those types of games. I've been also trying to play different types of games. So we'll also play a little bit like Satisfactory and like what else were we playing? We played Civ 5 for a little bit. So I was like, these are not games I typically play at all. But it's good to explore different genres. So that's what I've been doing. Oh, I'm not getting knifed by this guy. I got knifed by this guy again.
31 HP. I'm trying to drop shot, and it's definitely not helping.
I'm doing very poorly right now. Oh, can we not get shot, please? You and your SMG are so obnoxious. Gosh.
What loadout are you using? Are you doing assault? Or are you doing support?
Currently, I'm doing support. I might have to change what my weapon.
What are you using? I see Lewis gun, low weight, and a carbine.
Yeah, so I didn't. Oh, I played this game for 100 hours before I realized you can buy weapons with credits. So I don't know if you knew that, but you can, like, every time after every game you get credits, you can buy new guns. And so one day I was like, oh my gosh, you can do this. So I just bought a bunch of new weapons. So right now I'm currently using the 𝐈𝐧𝐶𝐢. My favorite gun in the game is probably the Madsen on the support. It's like it's a 30 round high RPM gun, and it's really solid. The medic who healed me just died, so I need to go bench him. But yeah, no, it's a really solid gun. And the one I'm using right now is a 𝐈𝐶𝐲. It is a low RPM, high damage gun. Just like 30 damage per shot. But it's slow RPM. So yeah, I don't know.
Okay, I'm down.
If you do well on support, in my opinion, it's the best class because you're basically self-sustaining because health regenerates automatically after a while. The only thing you can't get is ammo. So when you're support, you can give yourself ammo. So as long as you're tactical, you can just keep
Okay.
keep sustaining. Yeah, that's how I view it. But
What is this
I think it's fun
rocket
too.
gun? Does that mean it flies in and shoots something?
AT rocket gun? Are you talking about
Yeah,
assault?
AA rocket gun. There's an AT. And
AA,
there's
AA is anti-aircraft. So you
oh,
you
okay.
prone on the ground and you shoot it at planes. But
Gotcha.
there's not
Gotcha.
many planes on this
Yeah,
map.
not many planes right now.
And AT is anti-tank. So self-explanatory.
Double kill. Come on, almost. They're just lined up in front of me.
What is that guy doing? Don't know. Couldn't tell you. Just around. I captured B. Oh, hey. Wow.
So the longer we hold the points, the more points we get. I'm guessing. The longer I hold the letters. Right.
That's correct.
Yup.
Wow. Do you not like this getting bombed right now?
Oh, I saw a spotlight. Thought it was a sniper. This was a meme on social media, especially after a lot of Warzone. You would be walking outside and you'd see a glint, down the street, like off some glass, and you duck thinking it was the actual sniper just because you play the game so much.
Yep.
That happens to me quite often.
Yeah, the glint on the light is just bad now. What's he doing? Oh, that's another guy. People are so stealthy right now. What's going on?
Come on, dude.
We're just sitting in dark corners.
See, this is where I need to turn my brightness up.
Yeah. You have what type of monitor do you have?
I don't have a gaming monitor. I just have a big 20, 30 some odd inch Dell that I'm playing on. Let's see.
Yeah.
Brightness. I should get a gaming PC or gaming monitor, but I don't know why. I don't have one.
Oh, they help a ton.
Yeah.
Say that.
All right, so we're at 3. We're losing, but this has been fun. This has been cool. I like this.
Yeah.
I like this game.
We'll come back to. No worries about that.
But I've been playing Assault, and I've really enjoyed Assault just because the gun is faster.
Gosh.
I think it's probably an SMG or something. And I like those guns because I just spray bullets. So I'm not accurate. So if I can just have a lot of bullets, that's the better opportunity for me.
You should play support then if you like a lot of bullets.
But that gun's real slow. Isn't that real slow? Those guns.
Well, they have 100 bullets in them. A lot of them.
Oh, okay.
Oh, maybe you have to unlock them. I don't know if you.
Yeah, probably so. Oh, sorry, buddy.
Wow.
How many more bullets?
Far away. He's never satisfied.
Throw the grenade. Thank you. What?
Oh, this guy goes fast. He's a fast boy of a gun.
I need to change my grenade to one of my keybinds on my mouse.
Oh, give me a oh, actually.
Throw grenade.
What is going on? What is going on? Give me a sec. I'm getting a call.
Okay, cool. Take your time. All right, this Mark's there. We're wrapping up. I'm trying to deploy. Playing some Battlefield 1 here with Mark, the host of This Week in Esports and Gaming. Son. Okay, I died. But man, thank you, Sean. Appreciate it. We have to check out what you do. I have to check out some of your stuff. Are you back with me, Mark? Or are you on the phone?
Yeah, I'm good now. Just had a friend call.
Awesome. Any plans this weekend?
I'm gonna catch up with a friend I haven't seen in a bit, and we're gonna get some food and watch a new movie that's out in theaters. So that'll be fun.
Which movie you gonna see?
I don't know. It's like this psychological thriller. I'm not sure. I forgot what it's called. American Nightmare or something like that. I don't know.
Sounds wicked.
Psychological thrillers are fun to watch, in my opinion. I
Yeah.
guess more people enjoyed them. People are just like, "Oh, scary, horror, bad." All right, fair enough.
Yeah, man, when's the last time you watched something in a movie theater?
A movie?
A movie theater, yeah.
Oh, probably like in November, December.
Yeah, what'd you see?
Let me check. I've actually been keeping track of what I've been watching.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
That's
I
good
watched.
because it's very few and far between, maybe. Or do you actually just that's something you do normally?
I just wanted to keep track so I remember if I've seen it or not. Like I'll recognize if I see a clip, but I also people are just like, "Oh, what's a good movie?" I'm like, "All right, well now I need to." Um, I believe I saw. Actually, now that I look at it, none of these are recent. These are all old movies. So
Yeah.
maybe not recently. I think about it. But
What's up,
yeah, I mean,
Sean?
I like the movie theaters. They're very fun because nowadays they're all very experience based. So make sure you're having a good time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I hear that
I
for
just
sure.
come on, this is such a great gun, but I cannot. All right, someone needs this medics.
All right. Ooh, gosh, boy,
Do you ever get angry when you play games, or do you just always stay
do
calm?
people not get angry when they play games?
Some people just don't care, and so they're just like, whatever. And that's kind of how I treat Battlefield. But then when I play games that are action competitive, that's when I'm like, I try and stay away because I can't not. If it's inherently competitive, I can't not care. You know,
Yeah.
unless I'm smurfing, then we have a different story. And smurfing's bad. I don't like smurfing. For anyone actually. Ow! God, I just got reamed by this guy.
Sean sent me some colorblind settings. I definitely need to do drop shot. Drop shot.
You drop shot in Battlefield?
I have been.
I'm impressed. I do not drop shot. I just crouch.
Well, I mean, I set it to C to crouch for tap and then prone for hold.
There we go. I killed a guy on a horse. I'm so proud of myself. The
Ooh,
horses are
yeah.
the most obnoxious things on this planet in this game.
Do you get to take the horse after you kill the guy?
No, the horse also dies, which is also a-okay with me. In real life, I don't like that, but
Yeah.
in this game,
Okay.
hey,
Thanks for saying that live here. Appreciate that. I haven't really paid attention where you're at this whole time. I've just been running around shooting people.
hey, that's half the fun of the game. You don't need to know what's really going on.
Yes,
what games are you looking forward to this year, if any?
Ooh. I like campaign type stuff.
So Sony type guy? You like Sony Studios things?
Yeah, I mean, I like stuff that has a story you can follow. But I did start playing Zelda on my kid's Switch, and I really enjoyed it. Everybody talked about it. It looks amazing, and plus I got the Switch for my kids because I got 3 boys, and I thought, okay, we got 4 controllers. I got the extra 2 controllers, and we're gonna be playing fun games all the time together. And there's literally only a few multiplayer games you can play with one Switch. There's so many of them that require either 2 consoles or you can only play with people online or whatever. So I'm a little disappointed, but Zelda on the Breath of the Wild has really made me feel better about the Switch. I love it for my kids. They can do, but it's all about equality for their playtime, because otherwise they just go crazy. Like, he had it more than me. I got 3 boys. That's how they are. But yeah, I don't know if I don't know if I actually keep up enough to know what's coming out as well. I'm so head down a lot of times with content and scholastic stuff in the esports space. So I don't know how much college and high school stuff you're into with when it comes to esports and gaming. Any that ever pop up on your weekly reports?
Sometimes it does. Mainly like the business side, like if CSL or ESL works with a collegiate team or something like that, then yeah. But if that's not the case, then usually not.
Yeah, I've seen a report on some Series C or Series A stuff for schools or for scholastic type leagues and stuff.
Yeah, sometimes they do really cool stuff. So you always got to cover the cool things. This is a really close game. Holy smokes!
Oh yeah, we better not suck here. I could probably stop running in and getting killed.
Yeah, I've learned the best way to be better at the game is to not sprint as much.
Oh, okay. Good call.
Like it's not as fun.
I learned that
It's
with
really
Valorant.
just more tactical. Like you understand your surroundings a lot better when you don't just sprint in.
This is true. Look, I see. Like I'm looking. I learned that with playing a Valorant tournament with Intel. Maybe I got the jersey on right now. Actually, I got invited to play in an Intel Valorant tournament, and I played it maybe once or twice, and I was getting coached live during the tournament.
Nice.
And I'm just sitting here bunny hopping trying to shoot, and it's all about being pretty
Tactical.
small movement. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm a push kind of guy.
Yeah, I'm aggressive too. So it's tough for me to be tactical in games sometimes.
But I also like to just snipe and be really toxic with my snipes over and over. But not like a
Same
camper.
guy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, same guy. That'd be fun. Yeah, that's when they get mad. There we go. Let's go. All right, we're pushing. We're pushing now. And get this W.
Yeah, we need to
Right?
get some points. Oh, there we go.
All right. Thank you all who've been here sticking around with us today. Oh, there's a lot of smoke, a lot of gas. Having fun with Mr. Mark. How do you say your last name?
Hi.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
KAI,
I'll say it
but
right
it's
over.
just with a C.
Yeah. I know I should have asked that earlier, but I thought I knew it
Oh,
right.
you're good.
And Mark's been teaching me some Battlefield. Oh, I didn't even see the chat up here. There's a
in the
lot
top
of
left?
vulgarity. I thought
Oh,
I
yeah.
turned it off.
Oh, yeah, no, I find the chat really funny.
Yes, it can
entertaining
be
for me.
very, very. I mean, I spend a ton of time talking about. Ooh, get some, son. I spend a ton of time talking about toxicity and gaming and how the chat is so horrible. And there was a whole article this week by some friends at Game Quitters. I did a 90-day fast from video games last year, and it was great.
Nice.
Oh yeah, it was great. It's
Great,
part
yeah.
of gaming disorder, a gaming addiction course I took, and they talked about toxicity and gender stereotypes. And you know, I there's an unfortunate school of thought that hey, I should just turn off my chat. That's the biggest way to deal with toxicity and sexual harassment stuff. But it's not. That's not how you solve it. That is unfortunately a way to avoid it.
Well,
So
then how do you solve it? I would like to ask.
we need to teach better things in our community. We need to educate our community, and we need to set better examples, I think, in the esports space. I guess when it comes to streamers and professional players, how can they set a better example? How can I set a better example here on this live stream? Because I, as a parent, watching a football game, go crazy and yell, like, "Oh my gosh, there's no way!" And my 3 little boys hear that, and I teach them they can get upset with the TV or whatever. So if I wasn't doing that, they would have never learned it, right? Unless they pretty much went out, and learned it from somebody else. So if they're not learning at home, then that's beneficial, right? If parents play with their kids or whatever, then we can all be a better example. It's up to us to make things a little better. And then sadly, there's a lot of just turn off your chat. So what if it's a girl? I mean, the girl shouldn't, if she doesn't want to hear getting sexually harassed, she doesn't need to listen, or she doesn't need to turn on her mic, or doesn't need to have a female character. And that's not solving, right? That's just avoiding.
Right.
That's my thoughts. I could go in much more eloquent thoughts when I'm not playing a video game. I would hope I could. But yeah, how do you feel about toxicity in gaming?
I think a fair amount of it is justified. No, sorry. A fair amount is okay, but
Like smack
too
talk.
much is not. Yeah, too much
Yeah.
is not good. And I think it depends on what type of toxicity is, and it depends on who it's being targeted too. Because I know there's people like Call of Duty, especially. They like yell at each other all the time, but they don't really mean it. It's more for showmanship a lot of the times. And I think I'm like, it's fun. It creates a show. And I think oftentimes it's to each their own, right? Some people are, they like to be very calm, and when they pop off, they're just like, oh, nice, they give a thumbs up. Some people like to scream when they pop off. And I wouldn't say one is more or less toxic than the other. I just think it's different expressions of emotions. Now, when you're starting to harm people, then it becomes toxic.
True.
Right. So then you kind of need to reel it in, and do the education like you're talking about. But yeah, it's tough, especially because a lot of the times it's adults who are doing it. It's not just kids, young kids who are being toxic. It's like, oh yeah, it's full-grown people who are just telling each other to, calling each other bad words and things like that. So I think there's a place for it. There's also a place where it shouldn't be. That's kind of my thought.
Yeah,
but I'm also like a young person, and I see the fun in it, and I see the negatives in it. So
there is a benefit when I play pickup basketball. I play a couple times a week to talk a little smack to get in somebody's head.
Yeah,
I totally get that. Yeah, I don't disagree with smack talk. Yes, you're right. We can take it too far, and it's kind of like, there's a lot of streamers out there who, like, I'm gonna promote charity and cancer awareness and stuff. If there were some like movements, like the anti-bullying movement that was really big in the scholastic space, it got bigger in the gaming space. I think Me Too movement, Black Lives Matter, anti-bullying campaigns. The more we as gamers dive into that and show it and say, hey, I'm going to do a charity event for this, then people will follow the influencers that influence. And I'm not saying there's not people out there doing it. It's just, how much more could we do more? Could we do more?
Right.
And I'm guilty. I'm not perfect. But this is the platform I get to speak on, right? And
yeah.
Oh, let's go. Double kill. He's on a horse. Get him. That's your guy.
On you.
I don't know where you are. Okay. Oh, we're almost done here. We're trying to get this win.
Lost. But that's okay.
Oh, no, we got this. Oh, I guess we only have enough nodes.
We have 1 point. Yeah, it's fine. I just got destroyed by a tripwire again.
Oh, there's a grenade. I just walked into a grenade.
It's not my favorite.
What's up, Freddy? So, yeah, this has been good, man. I appreciate all you do in the community, and
it's you too. You're doing some great work with all these the interviews, invite sent, and it's cool.
I like to get people around and talk, and be a little casual, but also play a little Fitchio games.
Yeah,
and
I remember why we're in the industry.
Let's
play some games,
Yeah.
Fun. Oh my God, there's a ton of people right here.
I got respawned and dead.
Yeah, that happens. Yeah. The spawns sometimes are very jank, but
yeah, Elijah, that grenade put me in the air.
We have no points. We just lost. All right, it was fun though.
Yeah,
I enjoyed.
Yeah, man.
And I hope the chat did.
Yeah, I think they did. Yeah, I appreciate you coming on and being part of this. I'd love to give you a platform here. I'm going to put you solo screen, and there's something you want to talk about, something you want to promote about. Obviously, I'd love for you to promote your weekly show, your This Week in Esports and Gaming, and anything else you want to promote. So your time is now. It is all for you.
Yeah, all right. Well, I'll give a shout first to Bubba for having me on. Met him in Vegas, like you said, and we're still chatting. So I think it's awesome that we can still have those conversations, things like that. Yeah, if you want like esports business news, come in and watch the segments that I put on LinkedIn. I've also recently wanted to start putting more question and answer type things. I don't think people really engage with that yet. I've like put out a call to action in the actual this week in esports, and not many people have responded to it. So maybe some people will actually ask questions, but that's the main thing for me. Otherwise, I don't know, go outside if you can, if it's safe in your area to go outside, go on a run, a walk, a bike ride, play some sports. I've been really enjoying, I love playing video games, and I also love getting outside and enjoying some fresh air. So if you can, that's what I recommend. And it's a good time to do so, at least in Arizona. That's why I said if it's safe where you are, because I know a lot of places right now in the U.S. it's snowing. If you're like Philadelphia or Minnesota or New York, it's super snowy there. And I realized my camera just froze. I look like a demon. So yeah,
That's all
but
good. That's all good.
yeah, it's kind of. Is my thing still here?
Yeah,
I
you're
don't know
still
what
here.
happened.
You're still on.
All right. Well, sometimes it does weird things.
Mhm.
So, oh, here we
Well,
go. Maybe
yeah.
this will work.
Mark, though, yeah, it's good. I love that you're talking about getting outside and because we need to be proactive in the space to be a little healthier, in our gaming space for sure.
Yeah. Sorry, my camera froze.
Oh, that's all good.
I
That's
don't
all
know
good.
why it
That's all
happened,
good.
but
All
it did.
gravy. Mark, it was great, man. Thanks for playing. Thanks for having fun. Thanks for teaching me some battle. I feel a little more comfortable now on Battlefield.
Awesome. You can teach me a lot about some other games too. So
I definitely want to play some It Takes Two of Us sometime.
that'd be fun.
You need
Yeah.
to teach me that because I
Yeah.
think that's a great cooperative game. I got Pico Park for with me and my kids. It's like
Oh.
this little game with little characters. We have to kind of stand on each other and build a bridge just to finish the goal of getting a key in a door.
Oh.
Cooperative game, right?
Yeah, that's fun. Awesome.
Mark, I appreciate you, man. I will catch up with you soon. Please go check out Mark's show. It's on your personal LinkedIn Live, right? Or your
It's
personal
on my
LinkedIn.
personal LinkedIn. Yeah.
Do you do any live shows?
I do not yet, but maybe I will eventually.
And the questions, is that like Ask Me Anything, AMA, or is it like send me questions and I'll answer them?
At the end of every This Week in Esports, I would love to answer questions, and I think people have questions, but maybe don't want to ask them yet. So that's completely fine. I just put it out there that people feel free to ask questions, and it engages me more, and I get to learn more too. So yeah.
All right, guys. If you want to go ask anything to Mark, please check out his LinkedIn. You can find his link in the chat or also in the description. This has been Invite Sent. Thank you guys for being here. We appreciate you. Stay amazing. We'll see you later.
Tell us what you have in store for the Empire.
You mind holding on a sec?
Yeah.
Yo, Mike. So what you think?
There's nothing more that we would like than to support all the high school players out there in esports, so we're in.
All right, man. I'll tell the team. We're going to Dallas.
Hey guys, just checking in, making sure you're getting close to our HQ.
Yeah, no, we're actually just about to pull up.
Oh man, that's perfect timing. I was just about to head down to the lobby. I'll see you there.
All right, I'll see you in a sec.
What's up, man?
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. You ready for this?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's get out.
Varsity Esports Foundation. Founded in December 2018, the Varsity Esports Foundation was created by a group of esports professionals. Our mission is to create an inclusive, safe, and aspirational network of gaming communities for all. The Varsity Esports Foundation is a 501c3 organization established to offer financial assistance to schools and to provide a pipeline for students to reach their potential through esports. We have 4 foundation goals. 1. Build a network of inclusive gaming communities. 2. Create scholarships for students within these communities. 3. Ensure a safe environment for all players. And 4. Promote gaming literacy across the ecosystem. The foundation has funds for a limited amount of assistance to support schools with league fees and/or computer equipment. For more information, please visit us at varsityesportsfoundation.org. Varsity Esports Foundation, a pipeline for students to reach their potential through esports.